Okay, so today we're going to review the features of graphs units. So this is where we're finding the domain, range, and behavior, all your favorite things, right? So first of all, on the review, it's like the one-word sheet that didn't have the very best graphs, so sorry. But again, if you just locate like those little X numbers, the X coordinate numbers, it will tell you where the X axis is, and then you can just darken it in so you can tell where the X axis is. Okay, so, and again, these have arrows. You could see the arrow on that one. It didn't cut off. But it's just a little tiny arrow. So that means it keeps going forever and ever in that direction. Okay, so domain is all your X values, right? And I'm going to go pretty quickly through this, so if you need to, you can pause, rewind, go back, and watch it, but I'll give you all the answers. So domain is all the X values. So basically you're trying to figure out what the least X value is, what the greatest X value is. So this arrow means it keeps going forever that way, right? So it's going left. I mean, it's going down too, but it's going to the left as it goes off the graph, right? And if it keeps going left off the graph, it means it keeps going left forever. So the negative, or the least X value, is going to be negative infinity. And I'm going to write it as INF because that's what you have to put in Canvas. And then the greatest X value, look, the graph is go off to the right. Yes, it does. That means it's going right forever. So it would go to positive infinity. Again, that's just the X values, right? That's going from left to right. So there's a left aspect to this graph that goes on forever, and it's going right forever. Okay? And also, just remember, if you ever see a question asking for end behavior, the domain has to be negative infinity to infinity, or else you can't answer that question. So, easy points, right? Okay, range. That is your Y values. That's what's happening vertically. So as we look at this graph, does it go down as it goes off the graph? Yes, it does. That means it would go down forever. So the least X value is going to be negative infinity because it's going down forever. Again, this is negative infinity on the X. Down is negative infinity on the Y. They're two different sets of numbers, right? This is all the X numbers. This is all the Y numbers. Okay? So range is your Y values. So it goes to negative infinity. And then as it goes off the graph this direction, it is going up, right? That means it goes up forever. So it would go to positive infinity on the Y. Again, range is just in terms of down and up. Domain is left and right. Okay? Then to do the end behavior, you're just looking at what happens to the Y as X goes to negative infinity. Negative infinity on the X is to the left, right? Positive infinity is to the right. So basically it's saying if I go left forever, where would the Y value end up? And it's going to be one of three options, okay? It's either going to be going down as it goes off the graph to the left, which would be negative infinity. It could be going up as it goes off the graph to the left, which is positive infinity, or it could be going flat at a number. Okay? This one, as we go left, is going down. So that's going to negative infinity. Okay, so as it goes to negative infinity on the X, it's going to negative infinity on the Y. Okay? As it goes to the right, or positive infinity on the X, it is going up. Right? So as you go right, it goes up. That's to the positive infinity on the Y. So as you go to positive infinity on the X, Y goes to positive infinity as well. Okay? X-intercept, Y-intercept. This is where it hits the X-axis and the Y-axis. So it is hitting the X-axis. This is 5, so that would be 4, right? So it would be 4, 0. I want the ordered pair where those lines meet. Okay? I don't want just 4. I know it's hitting 4 on the X, but I want the point. If I wanted to plot that point, I'm not going to say 4. I'm going to say 4, 0. Okay? Same thing with the Y-intercept, except for I'm looking at where it intercepts on the Y-axis now. And it's intercepting at -4. So that would be 0, -4. Right? Basically, whichever variable is not the intercept is going to end up being 0 on those. Okay? And then increasing, decreasing, constant, you're just trying to figure out, because we read graphs from left to right, if it's going up, it's increasing. If it's going down from left to right, it's decreasing. If it stays exactly the same, so a horizontal line, that's constant. This is going up as we go to the right, so that is increasing. Okay? All right, I'm going to move a little bit quicker from now on because I kind of explained everything. So this one is going left forever and going right slightly forever, so negative infinity and infinity. Range, it is an exponential equation, right? So it's bottoming out at 4 is the lowest it's going to get. It's going to get really, really close to 4, but it's never actually going to get below 4. It's just going to get flat and get closer and closer to 4 off to forever. So it's going to bottom out at 4, so that's the least number. And you always have to write these least greatest. If you do infinity, negative infinity, that's wrong, because that's greatest to least, and you'll get marked wrong. Okay, and then 4 would be the least number, and then it looks like it's going up forever, so infinity. Infinity always have a parenthesis. This 4 is actually going to have a parenthesis because it's an exponential equation, because it's never actually going to hit 4, it's just going to get infinitely close to it. So that's what parenthesis means. It gets infinitely close, but it's not actually equal to. Okay, here we have a horizontal line, and the x-axis is clear up here. So that's going to be important to know. So domain, yes, it is going left and right forever, so negative infinity to infinity. Range, it is a horizontal line, so it's not going up or down at all, right? There's only one y value on that entire line, and it looks like it is -8. So -8 is the only y value on that entire line. And it is equal -8. It's the only number it equals, so you put it in brackets. And then end behavior, as x goes to negative infinity, y stays at 8, -8. As x goes to positive infinity, y stays at -8. Both directions, right? It doesn't go up or down at all. X-intercept, it never does intercept the x-axis, right? So none. Y-intercept, no. Okay, sorry about that. Had a little disruption. But the y-intercept would be 0, -8, right? 0, -8. That's where it's hitting the y-intercept. If you just write -8 there, you're going to get it wrong. It has to be the ordered pair. It has to be that whole point. And this is neither increasing or decreasing, right? It's staying the same the entire time, which is constant. That's a constant. And I just realized I didn't answer most of this question. So let's go back. So end behavior. As this goes to negative infinity, so as it goes to the left, it's getting infinitely close to -4, but never going below it, right? So it's going to be -4. And then as we go to the right, it is going up. So as we go right, it goes up. So as x goes to positive infinity, y is going to positive infinity as well. The x-intercept looks like it hits at 2, 0. And the y-intercept looks like it hits at 0, -3. And I know I'm kind of zoomed out a little bit here, but you can see these better on your own paper. If you are confused how I got those numbers, just look at your paper. And this is going up as we go from left to right, so it is increasing. Okay, number 4, domain. Diagonal line, it is going left forever and it is going right forever, so negative infinity to infinity. Okay, range. It looks like it's going down as it goes off the graph, and it's going up as it goes off the graph. So negative infinity to infinity. So end behavior, as x goes to negative infinity, or as it goes to the left, our line is going up. Up is positive infinity, right? So positive infinity. As x goes to positive infinity, so to the right, y is going down. Down is negative infinity, right? So negative infinity. The x-intercept looks like it's hitting at 1.5. So 1.50 for the x-intercept. And y looks like it's hitting at 3. So 0, 3. And it is going down from left to right, so that is decreasing. Okay, a couple more problems here. So we've got another horizontal line. Here's the x-axis. So So that is happening at a positive 4. So domain, it is going forever both directions, so negative infinity to infinity. Range, it only is at 4, right? So 4 in brackets. As x goes to negative infinity, it stays at 4. As it goes to positive infinity, it stays at 4. There is no x-intercept. And the y-intercept would be 0, 4. And it is constant. It's not going up or down. Okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, another disruption. So, domain, yes, it is going left forever, right? Yes, it is going right forever, so negative infinity to infinity on domain. Notice all of these had a domain of negative infinity to infinity because all of them are asking about the end behavior. So, that should be an easy answer on this test. Range. Again, we go from bottom to top, right? Bottom looks like it's going down forever, right? So that would be negative infinity. Okay, top, it looks like it's topping out at 3 on the y-axis. So that would be 3 with a parenthesis, right, with these exponentials. So as x goes to negative infinity, so as negative infinity. So as we go to the left, y is going down, right? Down is negative infinity. So as x goes to negative infinity, y is also going to negative infinity. As x goes to positive infinity to the right, it's getting flat right there at 3 on the y-axis, right? So y is going to 3. Okay? The x-intercept looks like it's about negative 1.5. So negative 1.5, 0. And the y-intercept, look, it's crossing right at 2, so 0, 2. And it is going up from left to right, so that is increasing. Okay? We're not doing 7 through 10. So number 11, this is just a domain. Range is at a function thing, so this line has arrows going off forever. So again, domain is just the x values, right? Arrows means it keeps going. That means it keeps going left forever, right? So that would be negative infinity. Range. Arrows means it keeps going. It's going slightly to the right. Even slightly to the right forever would be infinity, right? So infinity. Doesn't matter that it goes up and down at all. At the edges of the graph, it keeps going. The range, it's going down as it goes off the graph, and it's going up as it goes off the graph. So that is also negative infinity to infinity. And yes, it passes the vertical line test. So it only hits the line once if I draw a vertical line. So that is, yes, it is a function. Okay? You will see a question just like that on the test. Just FYI. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to go over, this is what the level 4 question is going to look like on your test. You'll notice there's nothing graphed here. It just gives you all this business. You have to translate all this business back into a graph. Okay? So let's look at this. My suggestion, and I mean it's just my suggestion, but my suggestion would actually be to put the 2 intercepts on to start with. Your line has to hit those 2 points. So I know at some point it is going to hit negative 3, 0. And I also know it is going to hit 0, 5. So my line definitely hits those 2 points. Okay? I know that the domain is negative infinity to infinity. Oh, lights went out. Hold on. Wave them back on. Okay. I know that my domain is negative infinity to infinity, so it's got to go both directions forever. I know that the range is negative infinity to 6. So that means it comes up and then it tops out at 6. What line have we seen that has gone up and then curved into a flat line? Hey, a curved line maybe? One of those exponential equations? That's all this is, right? As x goes to negative infinity, so this side is where it's going to negative infinity. So I know that this side is where it's going down. Okay? So So I'm going to draw the arrow going down. But then on this side, to the right, it is flattening out at 6. So it is going to flatten out at 6 right up here, to the right. So again, once you have your two intercepts, you can kind of use your end behavior to just kind of gauge the rest, right? So you know it's going to go down forever on the left side, and you know it's going to go to 6 on the right, then you're done. It's actually not that bad, okay? Especially something like the second one, right? So there is no x-intercept, so I know it's going to be either a curved line that flattens or a horizontal line. If it stays at the same number both directions, I know it's going to be horizontal. So I know this is a horizontal line. I just need to figure out where to put it. Well, it looks like I would put it at 2, right? So that's the only y-intercept is at 2. And then I know it stays at 2 to the right, and I know it stays at 2 to the left. So horizontal line, here we come. Okay, and that's all you got to do. Not that tough, right? Okay, if you have any questions or concerns, ask your teachers. We're here to help. We want to help. We just need you to ask. So I'll see you guys out there.